me Chetan Kumar. Let's begin with today's session. Today I'm going to teach you how to develop a sunburst chart. So before 2020.4 it was a bit difficult to develop a sunburst chart. It was a little complex, but after 2024 they have launched a new feature in Tableau called map layers that can be used for advanced geological graphs. Plus we can do advanced analytics and develop advanced graphs using that. So let's jump into developing a advanced sunburst chart in an easy way. Okay, for that we have to create a calculation. Let's create a calculated field called axis. Give it a name as axis. A calculation called make point. We have to give it latitude and longitude as 0 and 0, and just you have to double click on axis. So on the screen you'll be able to see a latitude and longitude that is generated and a map layer that is formed. Now let's start our sunburst chart. So first let's drag segment to colors and change the automatic to pie chart. So here you can see a small pie chart that is visible over here. You can move sales to angle, so it divides, but it's very difficult to see. So just press Ctrl, Shift and B to increase the size of the graph so it's quite visible for you depending on how big you want. Okay, so now let's start. This is a normal pie chart. Now add layers to this particular graph and develop a sunburst pie chart. Develop a sunburst chart. So let's move on. Let's get one more map layer. So this is the new option that is added in Tableau. So if you hover over that, you will get another layer over here. You have to just keep adding the layers and you'll be able to form multiple layers sunburst chart. So if this is the within the segment, I need the next layer, that is the category. So I'll drag category over here and move it to colors, move segment, so the first one is based on the segment, next one will be based on the category. Let's drag the category field, go to colors, let's drag segment, and even this mark it to colors. As if you drag segment and category together, you cannot have two fields at once colored, but so if you can put in details and you can change it over here to colors as you get an option. So let me go ahead and put another layer. Let me change this to pi and add sales to the angle, and as you can see, just we need to increase the size. So you'll have another layer that is formed over here. Let's go ahead and change home office to green so that all are aligned properly. Now next we have to we will create another layer that is called subcategory. So again we have to create another map layer over this. Just go ahead, drag it just below the category, just will name it. It will be easy for us to identify each segment. Category, subcategory. Okay, these are the three layers. So let's drag category to details, subcategory to details, and segment to details. Put segment before category and let's change the colors. Okay, and change it to pi. Just increase the size So you have another layer that is formed. As you can see, there are 3 layers. So as you can see, it's not visible clearly as the data is quite small size. So you can just go to colors, go to borders, mark as white. Again, same thing you have to do for all. Mark the border as white. So it's easy to identify the segments, the division. Okay, so now drag sales to angle. So you have segment, category and subcategory. Let's go ahead and add one more, that's product ID. So within each subcategory, what are the product ID we have? Let's add a 4th layer of map, and let me drag this below subcategory and name it as product ID. Okay, so let's drag let me change this automatic to pie. Let me drag sales to angle. Let me drag segment. Let me drag category, subcategory and product ID. Now we need to just change the colors, change everything to color, and just increase the size. Change this border to white so that you'll be able to see the difference. So let's increase the size a bit. Let's add another layer of, so we'll name this as total sales. So here we'll have only total sales. Let's change it to pi and increase the size. As you can see, it covered everything. Just we have to increase a bit, just decrease the total sales size so other graphs are visible. You can keep it even more smaller. So this looks good. Let's increase the size of remaining categories. So we have a segment. So the first layer is the segment, second layer is category and subcategory. These are the 3 subcategory, and the 4th one is the product. So let's increase the size for the product. So this is how it's divided. So it's you can easily get a multi-layer Sunburst chart over here, and it's very easy to develop after 2020.4 version. Now just make it let's increase the size. That is the total sales. Let me keep it 10 and increase this to 14. Mark everything as bold, center aligned, so you can see it over here. Now let's format it. If you want, you can just format the sales and go to currency, change the prefix to dollars and millions. So as you can see, it's the total sales. Now you can increase the size a bit and increase the size of total sales to 15. Now we have one more work left to do. Let's sort the data. So let's sort the data according to each, so that according to the sales. So make it descending order. Select sales. Sum of sales is aggregation. So we need to do the same thing for all. So let's go to category, data source, select field, descending order, and field name as sales, and the aggregation will remain sum. Let's go to subcategory. Let's do that. For subcategory, the same thing, select the field, descending order, category as sales, and aggregation stays sum. And we have one more left, that's the product ID. Go ahead, sort it, descending order, sales, sum of sales. So now after sorting the data, so now it's easy to identify. Like for category, the first one is technology is the highest sales, then we have the furniture, consumer. So it's dividing based on the based on descending order. As you can see, it's 0.41, furniture 0.39, and office supply for consumers is 0.36. Okay, so we have one more work. As we have a background map over here, we have to just go to the map, the background of maps, and select none. So now you won't be able to see the map. Go ahead and make it entire width. Go ahead and uncheck the headers, and uncheck the headers. So you have a beautiful Sunburst chart ready. If you can go ahead and go to the total sales, colors, change it to black, and you can go to maps, background, and mark it as dark. So if you can display it in this format, or you can even make it as none. It's up to you how you want to display your chart. You have other options. So worksheet color you can change as black. You have to just go ahead, format it, and remove all the grid lines, zero lines, trend lines, rulers. Remove everything and just move your sheet. Preview it. This is your Sunburst chart. This is the total sales, and it's divided based on the segment, and each segment is divided into category, subcategory, and the product ID. That's all for today. Thank you, and let's see you in the next session.